Hello. Dale, what was that on the Cosby Show?
I give you.
I said dick.
I give you 5 seconds to get it right.
I said dick. I said dick. Wait.
2.
What do you mean? I don't remember the song.
I'm giving you 5 seconds to recollect. 1.
I remember the
2.
the
3.
the
4.
5.
5.
I can't remember.
How did you not remember the classic?
I can't remember. I knew
8 months.
8 months.
I said 8 months.
Then I started that, and then you were like,
Well, when you play it back, you're gonna see that you didn't start
whatever.
that.
Whatever.
Everybody came to school the next day doing that.
I know they did.
8 months.
They did.
I said 8 months. 8 months.
That one and when Stevie Wonder was on.
Yes. We talked about that before, though.
We did?
I thought we talked about
No.
that. Yeah.
I think we talked about the Gordon Gartrell. We didn't talk about the Stevie Wonder one.
Well, I remember the Stevie Wonder one, though.
Well, these are
Do
the
you
moments
remember
that
that
shaped
one?
our lives.
Do you remember that one?
Uh-huh.
What did he say? What was it? What was Pop?
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
You remember?
I remember most of it.
Wow.
You gonna quiz me on something else now?
I was thinking about... Oh, man. Oh, just talk that meeting we had earlier, and they're talking about canceling people, cancel culture, like how... Just like how, you know, Bill Cosby...
Oh, so easy.
Really impacted...
A generation.
Like Black experience and culture
And family.
In an incredible manner.
And education. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, he talked about, you know what I'm saying? Like,
stuff.
he addressed so much stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just interesting because now he's, you know, he's complete. You can't even find his replays. However,
when you were watching the interview with Felicia Rashad, they couldn't even say his name.
You know, so we were having a conversation, someone earlier, about separating people in their, you know, their faults and, you know, whatever from their art. And it's just interesting how some people are afforded
the luxury of doing wrong and not having to change their name or change what they're doing or change how they're doing it
and get other opportunities.
Like the guy from what's that TV show? It was a faith-based one that had run forever, and they had done reruns forever, and then he was accused of child pornography. He was affected by the Me Too movement. Nothing happened to him. Mm-hmm. And then there's somebody else too. I mean, I'm not saying any of it's right, but
it's not a right or wrong thing. It's
perceived,
again,
and
it's just another layer of added racism.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Like, it's Mike Vick, right? Mike Vick with the whole dog fighting ring, whatever. Dude actually went to jail.
Yeah, served time, lost his career,
and his legacy is forever marred.
Yep.
However, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, what's his name, Roethlisberger or something like that or whatever.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he has some really serious allegations against him, and nothing.
And I don't remember.
Nothing stuck to that dude.
I don't remember.
Well, I won't say nothing.
Not in the headlines.
He was fine. He had the velvet hammer. You know, he had the velvet hammer. So it just that's what I heard today. The velvet hammer.
The velvet hammer. I love it. We got velvet
that's
hammer.
That's not mine. I didn't make that.
We got Teflon. We got a lot of things. We got a lot of names. But yeah, it's
voting is upon us.
Voting, yes. A lot of first-time voters. We have one in our household. Yeah. What?
Just difficult to be hopeful.
Oh.
I mean, shout out to everybody who is diligently out there.
Which you need to be.
On the front line.
Because it's very important that people recognize their right to vote. Because many lives were lost in order to do that. Many liberties withheld for those that wanted to do that. So it is it's a right that was sacrificed for and earned for.
Women
in addition to that.
Women were just granted the right to vote.
Yep.
70 years ago.
Yep.
Within my mother's lifetime, within your mother's lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Women's suffrage.
The right to vote. So all I'm saying though is like,
don't get me started.
All I'm just saying is like,
we just wish that the system was set up so that the voting actually did do what it was supposed to.
The way that it's written.
the way that, well, not all laws, but some, well.
Well, the Constitution says we the people.
We the people.
And then there's a debate about who the people are.
Right, especially considering when it was written.
So.
Interpretation of the law.
I mean, everything is so sticky and tricky right now. Everything is sticky and tricky.
Velvet hammer, sticky and tricky.
You mail in your ballot, right? Absentee ballot. UPS, not UPS, the U.S. postal system is getting, jerked, so to speak.
Well, some people are putting out boxes that are not ballot boxes and saying this is a ballot boxes and fooling people
it's screwed up.
Into putting their ballots in there.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, how can we put faith in a system that's so being manipulated heavily right now, man? Over the past 4 years ago, it was manipulated.
There's still hope and people wanting.
Well, we hold on to hope. Hope has gotten us a long way. However, hope is not what changes things.
Right, action.
Yeah, it's the action of certain people. It's the people standing up that have, and I'm not talking. You don't have to have a great deal of position either, or leadership, or like a title to do things. So I'm not talking about some. I don't want to even use. I'm talking about everyday people. We have the ability to step up and do whatever it is that's in your power to do. Right. However, it's very disgusting and discouraging that some of our positioned, I'm not even going to call them the L words, some of our LEADER.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that.
I'm not going to call them. Some of them I won't call them. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say people that are in
positions of power.
Positions of influence, because they don't have power. They're suckers. The suckers, man. Suckers. The people have the power.
The people need to recognize they have the power. We don't recognize. We're not given the power. It's almost like that. I heard somebody talk about corporate trauma. So the people who are like no longer work in the corporate world or have to work in non-for-profits or on boards or different organizations, and they, have to make decisions, but they get in this kind of like warp of not making decisions because they're so used to not being able to make a decision when they're actually in the corporate world, because, it's just a decision is made behind closed doors, and then it's just up to you to execute whatever that decision is. It's like we're still traumatized by so many different things that we don't know what power we have. We don't know what voice we have. We don't know what abilities that we have. I mean, we know the law, we know who to talk to, who's in charge, but do we know what power we possess? And do we have enough chutzpah to use it?
I don't know. I've heard that word before, but I don't use words I don't know how to spell. So.
A lot of oomph, a lot of courage, a lot of.
I think it's happening. I think more people are definitely doing it. I mean, I can't speak to it crazy because I don't know. I go hard with what I know. you know, and I'm also okay with taking risks on things as well, depending on what the risk, you know, depending on what it is. Like, so if pointed in the right direction for something that's meaningful, yeah, I'm all for it, man. I'm there. However, there are people do things also that are within their wheelhouse too.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
you know, same way I'll do something like, you know, stand firm kind of joint or whatever that we did. Like, that's my wheelhouse, designing things, you know, creating things, the messages through designing.
Yeah, but also being outside of your wheelhouse is where the uncomfortable aspect comes from. And being uncomfortable is where change comes
I
from.
want to do some very radical stuff. Very radical, man. I really do, in the sense of.
But then what comes in the way of that? Family, security.
Well, I mean, it'd still be through art. When I say radical, it'd be through art, because that's in my wheelhouse. You know, like.
True.
I just, at this point, I'm not certain of how influential, like, artistic measures are. You know what I'm saying? Like, awakening people and bringing things to light.
I think it does. I mean, that's what people are talking about now, and that's what they've talked about in the past about art.
Art plays a role.
Art is powerful, you know?
Art plays a role. I mean, it's played a role in politics. It's played a role in... Whoa! Ooh.
Yeah. You okay?
What spice was that?
That was probably the chili garlic sauce
Ooh.
that I put in it.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Well,
it's good to see everybody. Well, we don't see anybody, but
it's good
to communicate.
Yes.
And
share.
Be back on.
Yeah. And all that good stuff.
And we might show up Friday.
We will. We might.
Might.
That'll be interesting.
It's been a minute. Finish that line.
It man. So on that note, have a great night. Have a great rest of the week. And look forward to the weekend. Peace.